Hey friends, Michael from Essential Guitar Lessons, and let's learn the chords and how to play Our Song by Taylor Swift. This is a great song for beginners. As usual, I'll break this into sections for you to make it easier to learn. We'll look at the chords used and the best ways to transition between them. Then I'll show you the different parts of the song and the strumming patterns. Then we'll finish with the structure of the song. Now the chords we'll be using are D, E minor, G and A. So fairly easy open chords. Now if you already know how to play these chords and can easily transition between them, jump ahead to the parts of the song. I'll leave the time in the description for you. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe. Heaps of songs and lessons to come. If you're having any problems with this song, or there's a song you'd like to learn, leave a comment and I'll get back to you. So let's make a start with the chords. So we have four fairly easy chords, D, E minor, G and A. So the best way to get your D is start with your second finger, second fret on the bottom E string, then your first finger also on the second fret but on the G string, and then our third finger, third fret this time, but now on the B string. Don't play the E and the A string, and that's your D chord there, so pretty easy. Then we have E minor, probably the easiest chord. Second finger, second fret on the A string, and your third finger also on the second fret, but this time on the D string. Try and get as close to the front of the fret as you can, and right on the tips of your fingers, and we're playing all the strings, and that's our E minor chord. Then we have our G chord. Now we'll be using third finger, third fret on the B string, then your little finger also on the third fret but on the bottom E string, then your second finger also on the third fret but this time on the top E string, and then your first finger, second fret on the A string, and that's our G chord there. If you want to, if you're new to the G chord, just use your third finger on the third fret on the bottom E string and do the top exactly the same. Both are correct there. Then our last chord is A. Now there's a few different ways we can do this. I'll show you what works for me. Starting with our second finger, second fret on the D string, then your third finger also on the second fret but on the G string, and then your little finger also on the second fret but this time on the B string. Try not to play the top E string, and that's our A chord there. So four fairly simple beginner chords. Now let's look at the transitions. These are fairly easy again. We'll be starting with our D and going to E minor. So we have our D, we take all our fingers off, and the best way to go for this one, concentrate on your second finger and get that on the second fret, and then place your third finger down. So D to E minor. Then we have E minor to G. The best way to do this one, starting on your E minor, take your second and third finger off and go for your third and fourth finger on the bottom two strings, and then your first and second finger there. So E minor to G. Then we have G to A. Starting on our G chord, take all your fingers off, again concentrate on your second finger, landing that on the second fret, and then walk your third and fourth finger down, and that gives us G to A. Then we have A to D. So with this one again, concentrate on your second finger, get that on the bottom string first, then your first finger, then your third finger there. So A to D. Then we have E minor to A. So this one's a really easy one. E minor. Just place your second and third finger down a string and add your little finger on, and that takes us to A. So it's a really easy transition there, E minor to A. Then we have A to E minor, and again that's a really easy one. A, take your little finger off and just place your second and third finger up a string, takes you to E minor there. So A to E minor. Then we have G to D, and again this is a fairly easy transition. G, leave your third finger anchored, we don't have to lift that up, so G, then place your second and your first finger down for the D, so G to D. Then our last transition is D to A. So So D, again, concentrate on your second finger, get that on the second fret, and then walk your third and fourth fingers down. So D to A. And they're all our chord transitions. So now let's have a look at the parts to the song. So the first part is verse part 1. We'll be starting on our D chord, and we're going to do 2 palm mute. So I'm just using the side of my hand to mute the strings back on the bridge there, and we'll be using our root note and the string underneath. So for D, it's our D and our G string, and we palm mute twice there. So mute, mute. Then we do it down, up, stop. So that's our pattern we'll be using for each chord. So mute, mute, down, up, stop. Then we go to the E minor. This time our root note is on the E string, but we'll also be playing the A string, and we do the same pattern. Mute, mute, down, up, stop. Then we go to G. Root note's still on the E and the A string. We do the same pattern again. Mute, mute, down, up, stop. And then A, and this time our root note's on the A string, and we'll also play the D string, same pattern. Mute, mute, down, up. And a stop at the end there. So let's try that slowly. Mute, mute, down, up, stop. 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 And up to speed. And again, D, E minor, G, and A. So a bit of a tricky pattern there. We're going between the palm muting and the strumming pattern. A little bit of practice, you'll get that there. Now we have verse end 1, and we'll be doing this 1 time, so it changes a little bit this time. We'll be doing the same on the D with our mute, mute, down, up. E minor the same again, mute, mute, down, up. Now this time when we go to the G, we'll be doing 4 down strums. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we go to the A, and we're going to do 5 down strums and then put a stop in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, stop. So slowly D, E minor, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, and A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, stop. So let's do that one up to speed. E minor, G, and again. E minor, G, and A. And that's our verse end 1. Now our next part is the chorus. The chord progression stays the same. D, E minor, G, and A, all for half a bar, but this time we're going to be using a different strumming pattern. We'll be using down, 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 up, down, up. And again, down, 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 up, down, up. Down, 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 up, down, up. So let's start with our D, down, 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 up, down, up. E minor, same pattern, down, 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 up, down, up. G, same pattern, down, 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 up, down, up. And A, same pattern, down, 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 up, down, up. So let's try that up to speed. E minor, G, A, and again, D, E minor, G, and A. So a fairly easy strumming pattern for that there, and she's using that through the choruses. Then we have the chorus end, and she's going to E minor for a bar, A for a bar, E minor for a bar, and then finishing on the G. And our strumming pattern is going to change here. Now we'll be using it down, 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 up, up, down, 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 up. And again, down, 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 up, up, down, 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 up, and up to speed. Down, 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 up, down, 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 up. So starting on our E minor, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. Same pattern on the A, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. Back to our E minor, same pattern again, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. Now in the last G, she just does 2 downs, down, down, stop. And you can put your ghost drum in between those 2 downs, and you can do that with our pattern as well. So down, down, stop. So E minor, we're putting a ghost drum in, which just means we're using a down pattern, but we're not hitting the strings, and we could do that after the first down. So down, down, E minor, same, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, and the G, down, down, stop. So that one, up to speed. A, E minor, and G, and stopping at the end there, and that's our chorus end. Then we have our chorus end 2, and that is exactly the same, E minor A, E minor G, except this time we're not stopping on the G at the end, and we'll be keeping the same strumming pattern. So E minor, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, A, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, back to E minor, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, and the G this time, we're just doing the strumming pattern, we're not stopping. Down, 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 up, down, 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 up. So up to speed there, E minor. A, E minor, and G. And that's our chorus end 2. Our next part is the solo end. So again, same chord progression, D, E minor, G, A. We're just doing a different strumming pattern on the A this time. So we start with our D, doing our down, 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 up, down, up. E minor, same, down, 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 up, down, up. G, the same, down, 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 up, down, up. Now our A, we'll be doing it down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So that is A again, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And you can put a ghost strum in there and that'll keep your timing. So it'll be down, ghost strum, up, down, ghost strum, up, down, ghost strum, up, down. So let's try that up to speed. The D, E minor, G, and the A. And one more time. And that's our solo end, so not too hard, just the pattern changes at the end there. Then we have our bridge, and we'll just be strumming once on each chord. So we have our E minor, and we've got a bar there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now G for a bar again, just strum once. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have D for half a bar. So 1, 2, A for half a bar. 1, 2. Back to E minor for a bar, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then G for a bar, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's our bridge, so let's do that up to speed, E minor, G, D, A, E minor, and G. And that's our bridge, just strumming once on each chord. So then we have verse end number 2. We're starting with the D, so it's the same chord progression, D, E minor, G, A. We're just changing the G and the A with stops at the end. So we have our palm muting on the D, same on the E minor. So same as our verses, and then we just have 2 down on the G, stop, and 2 down on the A, stop. So let's try that slowly. E minor, G, and A, and up to speed. So there's a bit of a wait before we get to the G, and there's another wait on the A. Then we have one more part, and that's the end, and we're just going D, E minor, and we'll be finishing on G with our palm muting. So D palm muting, down, E minor palm muting, down, and then just finish on the G for one strum. And up to speed, E minor, and G to finish there. So there's lots of different parts to this song, but the chord progression pretty much stays the same throughout. D, E minor, G, A. We're just using palm muting or our different strumming patterns there. So let's do the structure of the song now. So we have verse 1 5 times, then we have the verse end 1 by 1, then we do the chorus 4 times, our chorus end 1 by 1, back to the chorus for 1, verse 1 by 4, then to our chorus by 4, chorus end 2 by 1, back to our chorus 1 time, Then we have our solo end. Then we go to our bridge where we're just doing one strum on each. Back to the verse 1 by 1. Then we have the verse end 2 where we're doing the stops on the G and the A. Back to the chorus for 4. Chorus end 2 by 1. Back to the chorus for another 3. Back to verse 1 by 1, and then our end. So that song there's not too hard. There's just lots of different parts in it with different strumming patterns when we're putting stops at the end or we're not. Now if you're having any problems or there's a song you'd like to learn, leave a comment. Give us a like and subscribe for heaps of free songs and lessons. Now if you would like step-by-step guitar lessons for beginners to advanced players and learn all the secrets to playing all your favourite songs and solos in no time, also heaps of free lessons, click the link below and jump onto Essential Guitar Lessons. So I hope you enjoyed this and I'll see you soon.